VLOOKUP is one of the most commonly used functions in Excel, and I'm here to show you how to create a dynamic formula to populate whatever you want to do. Okay, so I just did one here where with this, I'm looking up the sales and coming up with a commission rate. So this is using 3 different data sets to come up on one table. And that's what happens a lot in business is you have multiple spreadsheets and you have to create something that has information on each different spreadsheet. So here we go. I'm going to start from fresh and show you guys how to do this on your own. So let's start. I'm just going to bring this back up here. Okay, so it still didn't work. Sometimes it's a little tricky on how to move that. There it goes. Okay, so let's say we want to know how many sales Lexi had and what her commission and her total commission would be, or commission rate and her total commission. So again, this would be pretty common in the business world. So we're just going to put Lexi's name there. And then to find out the sales, here's our first VLOOKUP formula. What VLOOKUP does is it looks up a common denominator, in this case, which is Lexi Smith, and populating a column within another data set. So we're going to be looking up Lexi. That's going to be the lookup value. That's going to be the common denominator. Then we're going to be looking in a table array. That's a fancy word for the data set. So we're just going to grab the data set over to the right here. We're going to lock that down, and I'm not going to go into locking down information in Excel in this video. If you're interested, just put a comment and I'll make a video about it. And then we're going to say, hey, what information from this spreadsheet or this data do you want us to populate in this column? So we're saying we want the sales. So we're going to be looking up for Lexi Smith, and then this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3. So when we find Lexi, this is the first column, we're going to be going over 1. So this is going to be 2. So it's just basically counting the columns on the data set. So we're going to be doing 2. Now this is with the difference with VLOOKUP on how it can change. There's 2 different options. There's approximate match and exact match. When you have something that you can exact match, use it. But when we're getting into tax tables and commission rates, that's when we're going to be using the approximate match, and I'll show you that right after this column. So we're going to be doing 0, which is also that's what Excel uses for false, or you could just double click on, or you can just click on false there, and then I'm going to close it. So it's looking up Lexi in this data, and it's going to be from this data set where this is first column, second column. There we go. It worked perfect. Now we're going to be going a little bit faster. We're looking up the exemptions. So we're going to be looking up Lexi again. We're going to the table array. We're going to lock it down. Now this one, exceptions, is in the third column, right? So we're going to be using 3, and we're going to be using for 0 for false. So again, we're double checking. Okay, it's a second. It's 2 exemptions. So now commission rate is when we're going to be using the approximate match, which is a little bit different. It starts off the same. We're going to be looking up the sales. We're going to be looking up the table right down here, and now we're going to be using third for the column because we want the rate. But now we're going to be asked this question. We're going to answer it differently. So what it's going to be doing is it's going to be looking at the sales, and what it does in Excel is it's going to work from the left column, and it's going to say, okay, are you above 0? Yes. Are you above $10,001? No. So I'm going to go back to the 0 and over to the column you tell me to go to. So it's finding that next, if it's greater or not, and then going back to the previous row. So I hope I explained that well, but you'll just have to get used to messing around with it. So we're going to be typing in 1 or double clicking on true, and then we're going to be doing that. So let's take a look. Does this make sense? 10,000? Okay, yep, it's right in here. The floor would be 0, and up to 10,000, it'd be 10% rate. So yes, it works. So now we have the sales and the commission rate. So we just multiply 10,000 times 10, right? That 10%, and that should work out. No, it actually won't, because this is the number 10, so we're going to actually have to do a little trick here. So we're going to do 10,000 times parentheses 10 divided by 100. And that's a quick little tip for when you have a number there that's not a percentage, you make it into a percentage by dividing by 100. So 10% of 100 is 1,000, and we kind of tricked it so we don't have to format. So let's see now if this works if I just put in another name in here. Erica Smith. Oh, wow. Okay. That worked nice. Now let's do John Smith. Okay, nice. Now the last one would be Eric, or no, we already did it. It would be Mark Smith. Okay, so let's just do a quick look at it. We're looking up Mark Smith. Yep, it goes over here. Mark Smith, 100,000 in sales. Exemptions are 5, and then the commission rate, it's going to say it's at 30%, and 100,000 would be right in between there, which would be 30%. And then the total commission is what's 30% of 100,000? It is 30,000. So hopefully this helps. Last thing I want to show you guys is a quick PowerPoint I put together about VLOOKUP. If you're interested or you want to read about it, I can put it in, I can upload this file so you can look at it, and also this PowerPoint so you can study it. But again, please comment and subscribe if you're interested. I can make a video about anything you want with Excel, but I'll need your comments in order to get the motivation to do it. Thanks for watching.